Adobe Creative Cloud Photoshop, the 2016 release. This is Against the Clock, Project 5, Calendar Cover, Stage 4, Working with Spot Channels. Spot channels are used to produce a special look, such as matching an exact color or highlighting a certain aspect, like putting a varnish on an area or another special coating. Spot color inks are opaque. They produce the desired result with a single printing instead of trying to combine cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. If you need to create a certain look, or if a color has to be a specific shade on every printed job, a spot color is the best choice. Remember that that adds another run through a press, and it does add to the cost, and so usually we use them sparingly, and you need to take it into consideration when you're designing a print job. Every designer should own some type of spot color guide, like Pantone's. Pantone is the most common spot color system in the US, but a lot of printing companies will use other inks, and they may have a different spot color guide that they would prefer. The guides usually show both the coded and uncoated colors, and some will give you process color combinations that will produce the closest possible match to the spot. If you want to approximate a special ink color, you use the ink percentages to designate the process color in a design program. To work with the spot colors in Photoshop, we have to put them on a separate channel, and it's going to include the information for that specific ink. Anything that's printed in the spot color has to be placed or copied onto that spot channel. So we're going to go into the channels, and we're going to look at what we have, which is cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. And you can see the percentages that come out on each channel. If you have the small thumbnails coming up in your channels, you can go into the options, pick up panel options, and change your thumbnail size to the largest one available. What we're going to do next is go into the channels and select New Spot Channel. Because I've done this already, my spot channel is coming up with the name already in it. Most likely you're going to come up with some weird thing up there, and it'll say New Spot Channel 1. And what you're going to do this is just simply click on the color square and type in the number of the color that you want. There we go. Okay, that's a good way to show you. All I have to do is type in the color number and it will change. We are actually going to be using Pantone metallic coated, and the number is 871. Just type that in, you'll get that up there. Say OK to the color library, then say OK. Oh, make sure your solidarity is set to 100% and click OK. Now, the next thing that you're going to do is open your panel channels. You'll see that we have this blank thumbnail now. We're going to copy the layer information onto the spot channel. There isn't really an easy way to map specific layer content to a specific spot channel. So we have to manually cut the content from the layer it's on and paste that content directly onto the appropriate spot color channel. So we're going to go to the Shape 1 layer, and we're going to take that and drag that down to the Create New Layer button. You can do the same thing by using the contextual menu, but this is a shortcut key. You'll just take that, drag that down, and you get Shape 1 Copy. I want you to hide the Shape 1 layer, and we have now the Shape 1 Copy. We duplicated that layer, so the original vector shape is still going to be available later, because we could still make changes to this if we needed to, say change the address or something like that for the website. We still want that text available. But we're going to Control right click the drop shadow effect, and down at the bottom of your pop-up select Create Layer. Some aspects of the effects cannot be reproduced with layers. Well, this one can, so just say OK to that. We now have the Shape 1 Copy without the drop shadow, and we're going to Control right click and choose Rasterize Layer. we have to have the vector object as a rasterized object in order to copy and paste it. Now, the next thing we're going to do is control right click the Subscriptions Now Available layer, and we're going to choose to make a work path. Go into your Paths panel, control right click Work Path, and choose Make Selection from the contextual menu there. In the resulting Make Selection dialog box, make sure you have New Selection selected and leave the other options at the default and click OK. Hide in Layers the Subscription Now Available layer, and let me collapse that so you can see what I'm doing here, and then select the rasterized Shape 1 copy layer and press Delete. That's going to remove the text from that shape. Now deselect, Control D, and you're going to get the rectangular marquee tool, and you're going to draw a marquee around that flag shape. In your Channels panel, make sure that the CMYK, make sure that's selected, that in Layers the copy of shape is selected. Go to Edit, Cut, it's going to disappear. Bring up your channels, select that Pantone channel, and paste. Edit, Paste Special, Paste in Place. We want it in the exact same place. And there it is. Now, it may not look exactly right. That blue color that we had was sort of actually a medium gray on the spot channel. Remember, if you look at this, it's not a black thing right there. It's grayscale. So that copy is not full intensity. So what we're going to do, we aren't going to deselect yet. We're going to go up to Edit, Fill, with black, normal, opacity 100%, and say OK. And if you notice, there was a little bit of a color shift on there because now this is filled, and you can see it even in the thumbnail that that area is now black instead of just kind of being sort of gray. And now that will be filled with a solid color. Turn off the active selection, Control D, and go into your layers and delete the Shape 1 copy layer from the file. Make the subscriptions text visible again. Now we're going to repeat this whole process to move the fall winter calendar text onto the Pantone channel. We're going to start by going into the Layers panel and duplicating the fall winter calendar text. Next, we're going to control and right click, and we're going to create a work path from the type layer. Now we're going to rasterize the type, go to Paths, make a selection. In the channels, making sure we're on CMYK, we're going to cut and select the Pantone channel and paste special in place, edit, fill with black. Now we'll go to Layers and delete the fall winter copy, and we will hide the fall winter calendar and deselect, and now we can save. We didn't need to create layers from applied styles because the gold ink is going to make the text stand out, and we don't need to have that layer style coming through. Now in the Channels panel, you can go in and hide the CMYK stuff, and you can see exactly what would print on that Pantone layer. You can show your CMYK channels again, and now we're going to save out using spot colors. We have a file format that can store the spot channel information in native Photoshop. That format will be used for most print-based applications. But a smaller file, like a JPEG, is usually preferred for digital distribution. JPEG doesn't support a spot color channel. If the file has a spot channel, you need to merge the spot color data into the primary channels before saving the JPEG file. If you don't do this, the information on the spot channel is going to be removed. So I'll show you how to do this. I want to see what you've got. I want to make sure that you've got your spot channel. I would like to make this file a little bit smaller. So when you save this one, let's go into image and go into image size. Otherwise it comes out as a 15 meg file. Let's take that resolution and bump the resolution down to half. So we're going to change it to 150 pixels per inch and say OK to that. Now I would like you to go to File and Save As and save out as the TIFF. I've already got it. I'm replacing the one I've got, so I'm going to get that. And use your LZW with a zip layer and say OK. Yes, I know it's going to increase the size, but I want to be able to see your layers and your channels, and that's going to allow me to do that. Your file should come out. It's going to be a 4.5 meg file, which you should not have any trouble with loading. You're going to have two files. You're going to have the TIFF file, and you're going to next go in to the channels panel, and you're going to select Options, Merge Spot Channel, Flatten Visible Layers and Discard Hidden Layers. Yes. Merging that spot channel means the entire file is going to be flattened and you're going to lose all the individual layers and all of the editability. So you only do that once the file is completely finished. You always save it with a different name because you can't do anything else with it. So you will go to File, you will Save As, and this time you're going to save it as a JPEG. Save. And for our purposes, we don't need anything that large. Go ahead and save it down to a low quality image. Say OK to that and close your files. You are done. Send me the TIFF file with the reduced size and the JPEG.